Morning, it's Jennifer. I am getting ready to do the cards this morning, and I was going to use the fairy deck because I felt like we needed some lightness. Um, but I heard to use the mermaid cards instead because I feel like there's a lot of us right now who almost feel like we can't breathe. It's almost like we're underwater, and so we can kind of hear things that are going around us, but it's muddled, or like we can see but it's not clear. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the magical mermaids and dolphins deck for the weekly reading, but I'm also going to pull some fairy cards at the end, just to see if we can bring some lightness in as well. So I'm not sure what this energy is of why we're feeling like we're so underwater, but that's like the best that I can explain it. What's really interesting is this morning, 3 or 4 times this morning, I've heard the song "I Can See Clearly Now." It's like, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Like that song. I don't know what that means. I feel like whatever this is that's been happening, that's been making us feel like we can't breathe or making us feel like we're underwater, maybe is going to finally start dissipating, but I feel like it's going to be through the end of the month of May before we really start feeling that lightness. So the other thing is I keep feeling like I have to breathe really deep. Like I feel like I can't get enough breath. So let's all just take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath with me. So deep breath in all the way deep down in your diaphragm. Okay, let's see if we can get this reading. So just so you guys know, I always pray first. I ask for Jesus and the angels to come in and surround us and give us a sacred space as we begin to asked for this guidance, and as I get ready to do this reading. Again, I think the mermaids are really giving me the impression that it feels like we're underwater. That's the best that I can explain it. And so, like I said, I wanted to use the fairy deck to get something airy and light, but I was instructed to go ahead and use the mermaids. So I'm going to go ahead and pick some cards. So like always, just pick 1, 2, or 3, whichever you feel like is maybe going to resonate with you. And then I'll go through and reveal. But I'd like you to have a question in your mind, or something that you are wanting guidance on, that you can, so that you have that in your mind now as I get ready to reveal the cards. Sometimes all 3 are going to make sense, but sometimes it's just one of them will really give you the answer that you need. So 1, 2, or 3, go ahead and choose whatever you think resonates with you the most. Okay, and the first card we're getting is, it says a healing heart. Okay, what I'm feeling right away is like, especially with the feeling that I was just saying where we feel like we're underwater, like whoever is getting this card one, you're a healer in some capacity. Okay, so whatever that means for you, whether you do the healing work, or maybe you're a nurse, or maybe you do massage or whatever, but in some capacity you're a healer. And you may not even know it, because even when we're around others, like especially little ones, like we bring healing just by being around them. So don't feel like you're so bogged down and exhausted that you can't heal. Like keep up the good work. Like it's going to be worth it. And maybe take a little bit of time to do some healing on yourself, for yourself, with yourself, like whatever that might mean. So if you are one of these people that are feeling really bogged down or like you're underwater, maybe it's time to just take a little bit of a break and maybe float instead of swimming against the current, is what I'm hearing. So I really do feel like whatever is coming though, like whatever on the other side of May, it's almost like we're going to see things in a whole new way. So like if we've been looking at it underwater, like by the end of May, we'll be able to come above the water, dry our eyes, and actually see it clearly. So that being said, like if you're a healer now, if you feel like something's missing, like maybe take this time to just, take a refresher course, or do some healing work on yourself, or something to that effect. Like take a minute. If you're not already a healer, it may be time for you to step into that work in a different capacity, right? Like I'm not saying quit your job and go become a Reiki master or something, but I'm just saying you may want to start bringing that in to your daily life somehow a little bit more. The next card I got, which would be card 2, it says consultant expert. So basically, whatever the situation is, you might need a little bit more information before you can decide. So before the end of the month, before you really have clarity on what's going on, you may want to consult an expert in that area, right? Like, or have some really deep meditation with your guides so that you can get a little bit more clarity of what's going on. Like, it's just really being like, you're going to be stepping into something new. There might be new ideas coming, or like even a whole new situation for you. It's almost like they're showing me that you dove in the really light, like the shallow end of the pool, and like you've swam all the way across to the really deep end, and you're getting out on that side now. I don't know what that means, but that's just what I was shown, was like starting at the 3 foot and then getting out of the pool at like the 12 foot. So again, it's almost like you've been going against the current. So maybe get a little bit of somebody that's an expert. Maybe you need to get a reading specific for your situation. Maybe you know somebody that knows about whatever it is that you need a consulting on, but maybe ask for outside help. It's not weak to ask for help, especially when we get it from people that have already been there or who already know. So whatever you're going through, maybe find somebody who has already been through it or knows how to help you with it, or whatever that might be. Like I said, you may need a reading. Maybe you need a lawyer, maybe you need a nurse or a doctor. I don't know, but like whatever it is, just get somebody who knows or has been through that. And maybe just ask some questions. I don't even think there's a whole lot missing. I think it might even just be for you to be able to like have confidence in your own idea of what the resolution should be. So it's almost like you may just be going for confirmation more than anything, but just ask for outside expertise or outside help. Card 3 it says you're being helped. So this is just reminding you that, there's always help. Like your guides and angels are always supporting you, even if you don't see it. So it says heaven is working behind the scenes to help you, even if you don't see the results yet. So that's just kind of in that space of again, I feel like we're underwater and like we just can't see, but so don't feel like you're all alone. Like know that your guides are there, even if things don't look like maybe what you think they should, or like maybe you feel like you're all on your own and you don't have any help. Just know that that's not really true, and that your guides and angels are all around you. I almost feel like they're orchestrating it behind the scenes is the word that I get. Yeah, that's kind of what I hear, is like, you've just got to trust. You may feel like you're underwater right now, but don't worry, everything's going to be taken care of. And you've just got to stay centered, stay in that place of faith and gratitude, knowing that everything's going to be okay. Like everything is going to work out. I just, again, I feel like it won't be long till you can come up for air, whatever that means. And I almost feel bad. I almost feel like this seems like kind of a heavy reading, but I just feel like that's the energy right now. And again, I'd be curious to hear back from you guys, like if you feel like it's hard to breathe, because like part of me right now, I've noticed the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, like I just almost can't get enough breath. Like I just feel like I have to breathe really, really deep. And almost like I'm winded. So I want to ask the fairies for just some overall guidance, just to see for this week, maybe. Okay, well, I was hoping for something light, but it just says life experience. So, of course, it's a major arcana. It's the number 16. Life experiences. It says, let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. An important life-changing event and a situation that's leading to significant opportunities. So again, I feel like whatever this is that we're in right now in May is just really kind of purging out the old junk that we don't want to take with us. Like if you're underwater, are you carrying luggage with you that you don't like, that's dragging you down, right? Like, is there a few things that maybe if you would just let go, you could spring to the top of the water or the pool? You know what I mean? Like spring to the top of the water so that you could breathe better. Like, and that's really what it's literally like I'm seeing somebody in the water, like trying to hold on to these suitcases, and the suitcases are just, of course, drenched and completely saturated with water. So they're too heavy. But if you would just let go, you could just spring right up to the top. So maybe ask yourself, what am I holding on to that is dragging me down? Like, what do I need to let go of? What limiting beliefs do I have? I think there's some aspect of like, everything is changing right now. Like literally, I feel like everything is changing. And so if you feel like everything is changing and you have any fear, maybe it's time to ask, like, what is the fear? Why am I having fear? Where can I maybe see ahead to what the transitions are so that I can take some of the fear away from it? How can I watch for the changes and the challenges that are coming? Like, how can I prepare? How can I prepare to see the truth is what I'm hearing. How can I see without fear? I'm asking my guides and angels right now, like, what that means. And Melchizedek is coming in again, and I almost get teary-eyed when he comes in because his energy is so profound and so, there's so much reverence in it. And it's like he's saying, it's going to be okay. You can't, like, just let go of the fear and just trust in the light. And again, I'm hearing that song, I Can See Clearly Now. So whatever is, like, May feels like a really big shifting month. I don't know if it's going to be on the full moon. I don't know if it's going to be the end of the month, but for whatever reason, I feel like something is going to, the word transpire, like something is going to transpire that's going to allow us to come out from under the water. I feel really bad. I don't feel like I have very much clarity, because it just feels so, like it's somewhere we've never been before, right? Like I almost feel like if you can see this, like there's butterflies all over, which butterflies mean transformation, right? So it's like coming out of the cocoon. If you've been a caterpillar and you've been stuck in a cocoon, you wouldn't even understand what the world would look like as you were flying, right? As a butterfly, because as a caterpillar, you've been stuck on the ground or on the branches or whatever. And that would have been what your sight was. Okay, now, okay, this is interesting too. There's lambs in that. To me, that immediately tells me like Jesus is showing us something new. And the golden light in the background, to me, that's like a golden Christ light. So again, it's saying there's a life-changing event, something that leads to a significant opportunity, but I almost feel like it's somewhere we've never been before. This could be part of the shift that everybody's talking about with, like, from 3D to 5D, being able to see things from a new perspective, seeing things in a higher vibration, seeing light and truth in a whole new way. I'm going to just ask if we can just get one more. Just going to see if we can get one more card for clarity. Just this week. So I'm just going to ask for one card just to get us through this week. Yesterday was Mother's Day. So for all of you that are moms, I hope you guys enjoyed your Mother's Day. It was a little bit weird for me. It's the first time ever to not have my kids around. So that was kind of interesting. Still had a good time. Got to go sightseeing here in Wyoming, and then got to talk to my kiddos, of course, on the phone and all that good stuff. So, okay. All right. So I get follow your passion. This has been a huge theme. This one, it says that, so the card itself says follow your passion when it comes to your career, be the best at what you do. What's really interesting to me is I don't feel like this has anything to do with career. I feel like this has to do with life. And I feel like I've been saying this in my membership group for a while, like we've got to learn to follow our heart in a whole new way. Okay. So how can you follow your passion completely in life? Like how, and maybe this is the new experience. Like when we come out from under the water, this whole new life experience is going to show us that there's a new way. And the new way is going to be following your passion. Like, how can you follow your passion in a daily thing? Like, how can you be happy and passionate and joyful? What if the new paradigm, what if the new life is to find joy in every day? What if the new life is trying to shift your mindset so that work doesn't seem like humdrum, I have to go do this, to, you know what, I actually enjoy that I get to work because it provides me a paycheck. And it's maybe just as simple as a mind shift, but maybe the mind shift is so profound that it causes a paradigm shift for you in life. And maybe following passion in life now is the new right way, right? Because we've all been taught in the old paradigm, it was you go to school and you work hard and you climb the ladder, you get the job, you climb the ladder, you get the degree, whatever it is. And what if now it's more about how do I follow my passion in life? How do I see the shiny? How do I see the things that make me happy, that give me joy, that sparkle, that are fun and creative and light? Yeah, I'm kind of like, look for the light in everything is what I just heard. And I think if you can look for the light and follow the light, that's how you're going to know if it feels good and it feels exciting and it feels fun and joyful and with love and passion and all of those things. I feel like that's the shift now, is to really focus on that. I think if we can focus on that, this new transition of whatever this is that's coming is going to be a lot easier. All right, guys, thank you so much. I will talk to you all next week. Let me know if you have any questions.